welcome back to another episode of the Mayor Tyler Moore Show. I have MTM with me today.
And the role of Drew Larison will now be played by a shorter but more attractive individual.
Shorter indeed, that's for sure.
So,
yeah, hey
welcome
everyone.
back to the hot seat.
Hey, welcome back to the hot seat to you, because you know what? I get to do the fun stuff. You get to answer the hard questions.
This is fun.
This is fun?
Yes.
Okay, mostly fun. You get a lot of really good questions on here and a lot of fun comments, but sometimes people come for you.
Sometimes. That's right.
Sometimes, yeah.
And that's right. That's good.
It is good. It is good. That's exactly why we host this show. So you can ask, or people can ask all the questions for you to answer about our city. And you know what? Before we get this whole thing rolling where people can do just that, of course, we have to thank the people who help this show
that are allowing us to sit here and do it.
That's right. Robert Miller and Son. This fall, Robert Miller and Son will help you brace for the winter with only the coziest furniture. From elegant couches to ultra comfortable chairs, your family will be comfy and cozy when the winter cold arrives. Combine all of that with their guaranteed lowest prices, and it's a no-brainer. So don't wait. Come into Robert Miller and Son Furniture at 1540 East Boulevard in Kokomo and browse furniture that will upgrade your home. Certain restrictions apply. See store for complete details. Do you like that last part?
So you're saying that the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz could even come shop there?
They could.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. I see what you did there. I didn't get it at first.
I jumped into the dad joke early.
Wow. You save it for the end of the show,
Sorry.
MTM. That's where all the good stuff happens.
But yes, thank you, Robert Miller and Son Furniture.
Yes, big shout out to them. They actually just delivered comfy and cozy furniture to my home just an hour ago.
There you go.
So I get to go home to that.
Just an hour ago.
Just an hour ago.
Man,
I watched it on my Ring doorbell
special.
camera. I did. I watched it. Ask Heidi. She was like, "You're a little stalkery right now."
That's what the Ring doorbells are for.
Yes, exactly. To watch people deliver your comfy, cozy furniture that you're going to
you never know. It may be something that could go viral.
Exactly.
Make you an online.
You know, while you mentioned that, my husband, we got all these security cameras up, the other day, and he told me that I saw on the Ring doorbell camera, he showed me like how I could pull up all the cameras. So I got an alert to my phone, and it was like, oh, there was motion detected at your front door at this certain time. So I clicked on it to watch it back, and it was so embarrassing because it was a clip of me.
You got a notification of your own presence?
Yes.
Delayed?
And it was like an Instagrammer in the wild, because I was just taking like Instagram photos, and it was so embarrassing. And I just look so silly.
See, that's like, it's almost like a scene out of a horror movie. It's like you get this notification and you're like two places at once. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. It's my doppelganger.
Yeah. I saw me walk out, but I was like, what is me doing right now? So I kept watching, and I was like,
what is me doing right now?
I'm like trying to get the right angles. I looked ridiculous, and I was like, this
perfect.
is why
I hope you held on to it.
Oh, I have it.
Thus, the online spectacular that could go viral.
I know. I might post it on TikTok, so stay tuned for that one, because it is pretty embarrassing. Well,
cool.
What happened this week in MTM? Were you busy?
I was a little busy. We had senior night with Kokomo High School football. Lost, unfortunately, miserably. The loss was as miserable as the weather. Got the pregame festivities in, honoring the seniors. My son being one of them. Very cool, very honored, very proud. But then it just got ugly. And poor Drew drew the short straw, and he was at the game as opposed to with the rest of the group out at the Ivy Tech Dueling Pianos fundraising event. Like the ladies had a fun time.
Yes, we did. Sorry, Drew. He likes that stuff too. He likes being in the action. So honestly, he probably was having just as much fun. But that weather was crummy. I did see the pictures. It made for really cool pictures, though.
I believe that.
Yeah.
But then I noticed later on in the evening, there was a post of him inside the press box while the rest of us were out miserably sitting in the bleachers. So he did the turnaround pose. I'm like, wait a second, he's in the press box all warm and dry.
He probably pulled the "do you even know who I am" card. You should have pulled that too. You can do that. You can do that.
I could have. So, but then Saturday got a few things done around the homestead. Had kids in and out for fall break. Yesterday, traveled up to Fair Oaks, but not for milk or ice cream. My son plays ultimate frisbee for IU, their club team, and they had a tournament up there. And it was just as miserable yesterday afternoon as it was Friday night, just with the spit and rain and cold. But we braved it, drug my mom along. The two of us went, and so yeah.
What makes frisbee more ultimate than just regular frisbee?
Oh man, it's a version of, it's kind of like frisbee and not necessarily rugby, But it's kind of like rugby in the fact that, everybody moves and you can toss the Frisbee back and forth. But as soon as you catch it, you only get, maybe 2 to 4 steps because of your momentum. Then you plant, 1 foot and you got to then try to get open.
Yeah.
And so you run the length of the field. It's almost not the same. It's probably
Like a
close to the
baseball
same football field.
Oh, football field. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 8 on 8, and they rotate people in and out, and it's pretty cool. Pretty action-packed,
Sounds fun.
fast-paced. It's amazing that some of those guys can sidearm and stuff with the Frisbee.
I know, they get crazy with that.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. He's done that for 3 years. He's on the Hoosier Mamas Ultimate
Love it.
Frisbee team.
Love that.
Yep,
Your
so
mamas. Yeah.
Very
good.
cool. So yeah, I got to check that out yesterday.
Very cool. So that wrapped up your weekend then?
That wrapped up the weekend.
I also had a busy weekend. We had
course.
a coworker who got married on Friday.
All the pictures.
So
Everybody was dressed to the nines.
Yeah, our
harvest
team
style.
does clean up pretty well.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we get up there, we clean up a little bit, and we act like civilized human beings for a couple of hours, and then we turn back into pumpkins at midnight.
Then you turn back into that awkward family.
Yeah, exactly. So congratulations to Reese and Peyton, who I'm sure are not watching this because they're on a honeymoon right now. So congratulations to
Congrats.
them. Yes. And then let's see what happened on Saturday. Something was happening. Heidi, what happened on Saturday? Saturday was the wedding. What
Saturday
happened on
was
Friday?
like-
Friday was the fundraiser.
Dueling pianos.
Dueling pianos, yes, which was so much fun. We were at Ivy Tech, and yeah, that was such a fun night. Lots of fun song requests, lots of college spirit in the room
I'm
that
sure.
night. And there was a big battle between Purdue and IU
Usually,
grads.
yeah, where they just start Indiana, and then they throw down $50 more, and hell to, or then $100.
Yeah.
It
It went on for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think Purdue ended up winning that battle, right? No, IU won the battle.
No, IU pulled it off. Unfortunately, neither one of them pulled it off on Saturday.
Ooh.
But Notre Dame did for a change. Holy cow. I don't know what team showed up at South Bend last night to play against the USC Trojans, but the Irish took it to them, and it was wonderful.
Well,
It was wonderful.
It's also worth noting that Michigan won.
is it worth noting? Oh, because
It
that's
is worth
Drew's
noting.
team.
It's Drew's team. Yep.
Yeah, I know. Okay, go Michigan. So then there was
Go
a good
Blue.
day in the Larison family because I know sometimes it's not if they don't win. So yeah, that was that. So outside of Kokomo, went a little bit outside of Kokomo last night for the Matt Rife comedy show.
How was that?
It was insane.
I
It
bet,
was
I
packed.
bet. Cool.
So yeah, overall a pretty good night. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think the Old National Center was maybe not expecting the wild crowd that came for Matt Rife.
Really?
Yeah, it was insane. There was thousands of people lined up everywhere. So if you were there,
Perfect.
yeah, comment down below if you were there
were there,
last
yeah.
night and how the seating situation happened because we bought a fast pass while standing in line because we couldn't take it anymore. So
They have fast passes at
they do.
concert now? Kind of
Yeah,
like
at
Disneyland and Kings Island?
Yeah, well, he's a comedy show, so it's a little
Right.
different. So you have like assigned seating and like I don't know. It was like a movie theater situation,
Yeah.
and then they scan your, everything's digital now, so they can scan it, so you can log into your app and you can buy a fast pass, so then you can get
Does that
ahead
just
of
get
people.
you in sooner?
Yeah, it gets you
But
in
it's still
sooner.
assigned seats.
It's still assigned seats. Yeah. Listen, we were willing to pay the $40 to get out of the rain. The weather was not great last night.
Oh,
It was
okay.
not good.
So you were standing out in the rain
We
to
were
try to
standing
get
out in the
in.
rain.
So
yeah, there was just
Got
thousands
it.
of people just lined
Got
up
it.
outside. I know
Okay.
some people had been camped out for an hour, so
I'm with you now.
yeah. So anyways, a little bit outside of Kokomo last night, but that was a fun time. And I did see lots of Kokomo people there, so that was fun.
Perfect.
All right, so I think that pretty much wraps up our weekends. We should probably talk about important stuff like what's going on at City Hall.
Well, it's kind of quiet this week with fall break for many of the schools. Obviously, just like Drew and Aaron being gone, we got a handful of folks taking advantage of the week as well. So it's kind of quiet, but those that are here are still knocking it out and working. We're poking the contractor to get Center Road Trail running down by your house, completed here in the next week or two. We're very close to opening Markland west of the roundabout back open. That should be here in the next week or two as well. Excited about that. Can't get NDOT to move any faster on the bridge down south on 931.
And have we talked
between
about
Center and 26?
an estimated time for that at all?
End of October.
End of October.
Yeah, I mean, they ran into delays supposedly, and that's 931 is still the stretch of highway that is under the control of NDOT. A lot of people think that once the bypass was constructed that 931 became the city's, and it doesn't, or it didn't. And so a lot of things that we want, hope, need done along there is still under NDOT's direction and authority. And so we keep poking and prodding. So yep, end of the month. Hopefully it doesn't spill into the first part of November.
Well, that was my question, is if you predicted that to spill over longer. Because it does, it's no secret. We can drive down and we can see what's going on. It looks like there's still quite a bit of work that needs to be done.
But then people start sneaking in through Indian Heights, and I know it's been very unfortunate and dangerous at times, with trucks going through and such, so hopefully that'll be done soon to alleviate a lot of the added excitement in Indian Heights for that. And I know we just put a notice out today, both on the city's website, but then those also that have signed up for the Text MyGov feature, that you can still get notifications and such. So if you've typed in the keyword road closed or road closures, whatever, you would have received a notice today as well. The stretch of Boulevard between Elizabeth Street and 931 is going to be mostly closed as they continue the sewer work. It's not anything being done on the street. I know people are like, why you finish it? Finish one road before you start on another road. That road's being closed because of the sewer work that started along 931, has made the corner, and is now traveling west down Boulevard. So it's work that we've been wanting to address for a number of years, even prior to my administration, to address the standing water down there along Boulevard between Plate Street and 931. And so a lot of this is helping to alleviate that. And so they'll just be completing that, I believe, this week. So temporary closure there as well, can still move around. But again, we're trying to get things done. I get that it all seems to get to come to a head at the this time of year, but people were scrambling while the asphalt plant's still open and while contractors are still able to pour concrete and do it while Mother Nature's cooperating. So we appreciate everybody's patience as we make things.
I think I've heard from a lot of people, including people like myself, who are affected by this. It's looking beautiful.
I hope
it looks great.
I mean, it's
And then people have a safe way to travel to Jackson Memorial Park, which will be awesome on the trail. But the trail is looking beautiful. So we just have to wait it out just a little bit longer, and it'll be ready to go
soon.
So you said the last time that we talked that people would be able to use that trail to trick or treat. Is that still the plan?
Use that trail to treat.
All the commotion will be done. It'll be cleaned up, be ready by trick or treating.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So we don't have much longer at all then. We're
Not
almost
much
done.
longer at all.
Wrapping it up. All right. Any other updates we need to know about City Hall?
About City Hall, we're still working diligently with developers to try to entice some housing to be completed. I know there's been a couple announcements already that Murray development, it's I think 4 phases there at the old Delco Park site. They're at Sycamore and 931. Looking forward to seeing them continue to expand out there. A couple more hotels will be breaking ground or joining the owners of the Hilton franchise, they're breaking ground on the 3rd Hilton there on Cartwright Drive down just north of Center Road. A lot of other stuff happening downtown, getting close to both Korean restaurants, hopefully getting completed and open before year's end. Additional housing there in the Tribune building. So all kinds of stuff. We're just trying to keep our fingers on the pulse of it all and help where we can.
Yeah, it's really exciting watching all of these new things pop up. Heidi actually posted a picture of one of the new restaurants that's coming down here in the square, which will be where Petite Patisserie used to live. And people are so excited about that. It went a little bit Facebook viral there. So people are excited about that. I know another thing people are very excited about for the South End folks, that hotel that has been such an eyesore for so many years.
Signature Inn.
Yes.
Or the old Signature Inn, Garden Inn. I think
Plans for that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's LaFountain Apartments or LaFountain Suites or something like that. It was recently purchased once the bankruptcy was lifted, and there's proposed housing for that facility. So yes, that eyesore.
Yeah. It's been there
will
for a
finally
while.
see some life and be in a really exciting and heavily populated commercial type of area.
Yeah, very exciting. Yep, good to see that. I'm sure that we'll see a lot more new things pop up, a lot more exciting things happening with all of the changes coming to Kokomo. So I know I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be awesome, and I love to see the growth. So I think, Mayor, we should maybe hop into some questions. But of course, before we do that, we have to thank our partners, Lexi's Drink Barn, for partnering with us for Ask the Mayor segment. I just stopped by there right before I came into the office.
Really?
Yeah, because we have a friend of the Post that works there now.
Yeah.
So a shout out to Nico. I had to go say hi to Nico. And you know, she hooked me up with the brie.
With the
people
brie.
like to call it. Yeah, which is
Diet Coke and
just
ice.
a Diet Coke and ice. So I know it's really clever. If somebody wants to order the Mayor, what do they order?
To be as exciting as yours, there's probably a regular Coke, not Coke Zero, regular vanilla as opposed to sugar-free vanilla.
You like all the sugar.
So it's like the Drew with calories.
The Drew with calories. Okay, I like it. That's good. Okay, well, if you guys want to order the Mayor and the Drew, they'll have no idea what you're talking about, but just refer them back to this show and they can figure it out along the way. So you're welcome, Lexi's, for that. So without further ado, it's time for the Ask the Mayor segment. And let's see our first question here. Hello, Mr. Mayor. With the second battery plant being announced now, what will happen to the workers at the transmission plant?
Hopefully nothing. I mean, we haven't heard that there's anything. There's still a need and market for the gas combustible engine vehicles. And so transmissions will continue to be built and castings and such. And so, I mean, I know that eventually the automotive industry is transitioning to electric vehicles, but as we've seen, Stellantis continues to put more money, invest more money into the additional plants here outside of the battery plant. So knowing that there's that commitment, the same way that gas engine vehicles transition and transform, I'm sure, and those lines adjust according to the market of those. I'm anticipating that the same would probably happen. There will still be a need for certain vehicle parts for electric vehicles that I believe the skilled workforce and the available lines in the facilities here in Kokomo with the other Stellantis plants will hopefully transition to those. But for now, I don't believe that there's any plans on shutting those down as soon as the battery plant opens, because there's still going to be that need. Now, I know on Friday it was announced that there were 700 more employees laid off as a result of the ongoing strikes, but I'm encouraged that those announcements, they use the word temporary, and that hopefully both sides are getting closer to coming together on an agreeable contract so they can get things back open and operational at full strength.
Yeah, for sure. This person also, it was a two-part question here. So he asked about the transmission plant, and then he says, I also saw a new Korean restaurant opening downtown. Why are these big restaurants and announcements not being addressed on the podcast? Well, here we are addressing it.
We are, yes. We've kind of talked about it. I know I think it's up to 5 new Korean restaurants being proposed. The one on the square there on Main Street, one over on Buckeye, sandwiched between Oscars and Three Amigos. There's the one there. There will be a small type of grab and go Korean restaurant in the Tribune building that will also be housing. It's my understanding that the old, previously Don Poncho's that was on Plate Street across from Hacienda and the old Indian cuisine may also be a future Korean restaurant. I think there's another one on one of the strip mall facilities. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, there's 4, maybe 5 coming, and as they get closer to being open and operational, that's when they'll do the fanfare and welcome everybody in.
And you know,
So
we
it's
do
coming.
a pretty good job here at the Kokomo Post relaying that information too. So, you know, if you want to know about things happening, we're the people that can tell you what's
There you go.
happening with, you know, some help from MTM here. I actually saw a post. It's been a few weeks ago now. You had mentioned the Korean restaurant that might be going into the Don Pancho's location over by Hacienda.
Okay.
And I saw that they did kind of like a test situation,
Oh, good.
a little test group. So I did see some pictures floating around on Facebook.
I hadn't seen those because I wasn't part of the group.
Okay. So they got to try it out, and I think maybe help them decide about some dishes, and it looked delicious. So
Great.
I am very excited about that. So there you have it. No secrets to be had here. We're waiting for more information and details to roll out, and I'm sure the city will announce them as well as us here at the Kokomo Post. Here's an important question from Emily from Facebook. She wants to know which Spice Girl represents Kokomo, and if there isn't one, what would the spice be?
Which Spice Girl represents Kokomo? Well, despite our rich automotive heritage, we are all about our sports, so I'd have to go with Sporty Spice.
That's good. You're quick with the answers. Sporty Spice.
I'd have to go with, she was my favorite anyhow.
She was your favorite?
Yeah, she was my favorite Spice Girl.
Okay.
So I'd have to go, I'm partial to Sporty.
Did you have a favorite Spice Girl song?
No, I kind of liked them
You
all.
liked them all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you answered that. I didn't know how I was going to sleep
I mean,
at night
there's
until I
just,
got an
the
answer.
one that's easy. Tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So
Tell me what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna really want to sing.
And partly because that was on Chicken Little too, so that was kind of fun.
What a movie.
So.
Oh, man. Whoever's doing the clips, make sure we get that one out this week. Mr. Mayor singing Spice Girls there. Loved it. Okay, Barbara from Facebook wants to know, does the city, how do we just go from the Spice Girls to like real actual questions? Okay, does the city have any plans to repave Hoffer Street between 17th Street and Home Avenue? The road needs dire needs of repair.
That I know we've discussed on the show before, and yes, it is currently the subject of our most recent Community Crossings grant application, from which we should receive word here at the first part of November, and it is slated to be done. We're going to try and find a way, whether we get the grant or not, we're going to try and probably find a way to get it done because it is in dire need of attention. So, yeah, I gave a city update last Thursday at the Chamber Luncheon and had mentioned that our target is Hoffer Street in 24, Goyer Road in 25, and Berkeley between Markland and Sycamore in 26. So those are the main kind of thoroughfare areas that are getting not just streets but sidewalks as well in each of those projects. So yes, Hoffer Street is slated to be addressed next year.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yes.
Tara from Facebook, she's asking because Halloween's right around the corner. She wants to know, which candy did the mayor always give away when he would trick or treat as a kid? So you must have been the hander-outer instead of the trick-or-treater.
If I ever got home with circus peanuts, those were the first to go. I don't do circus peanuts.
Yeah. Do they still make those?
They do.
Why?
I don't know. I'm waiting for them to do the same thing they've done with the, what's the marshmallow? Peeps.
Don't say it. That's my trigger word. Don't say Peeps.
I know, because there's like, just the different flavors of Peeps, and I'm like, ugh.
Longtime followers of the Post know. Aaron and I do a Peep taste test. Never good. Never.
Yeah, I would rather do watermelon and mustard again before I do a circus peanut testing. But anyway, those, I wasn't always a big fan of Milk Duds. So I'd probably, and maybe that's just a texture thing, but
kind of like would pull a whole tooth out, really.
I sometimes.
Yeah, crazy.
So yeah, those are probably the two that I shy away from.
So what's your favorite then?
Oh, peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms, hands down. Also, the little packages of Twizzlers are kind of fun too.
Those are good. That's like a good parent tax too.
Yeah.
It's an easy one to eat in the street when your kid's collecting more candy and they're not paying attention to what you're doing. That's what I like to do. Yeah. Unfortunately, my parent tax is not a popular candy that people like to hand out anymore. So I'm upset about that.
What was that?
It's an Almond Joy. Oh. I know. There needs more respect for Almond Joys, you know? They don't get enough love. Mm-mm. But you know what's bad about it is that they get tainted by the other candy when they're in the bag. So then it's like Almond Joy with a hint of Skittles, and it's not even good. Yeah. So anyways, nobody asked me, but that's my response. When they demolish the Firestone building and close off Mulberry Street to traffic, where are people supposed to park when they come to vote? Especially disabled or senior citizens. Rhonda from Facebook.
So as I understand what's being proposed, because that's still, it's a proposed project. It's not a done deal. I know the county's talking about it and such, but part of that project also includes, I believe, about 25 parking spots on the property where Firestone currently is. That's then that will be used or available for the public, that they can access the government center just across the little plaza area, but then also into the Veteran Service Office on the first floor of the county admin building. So even though there's a proposed parking lot there, it's my understanding and my expectation that it won't be reserved specifically for county employees, that it will be, because like she said, they're losing the spots, or would be losing the spots along Mulberry, that those would be open to the public during business hours for the government center, not just to vote, but also for the Board of Health, the Department of Health, but then also the Veteran Service offices.
There we go. They have your answer now. Let's see here. We have Ashley from Facebook. She wants to know if there's any alternative plan of action for voting in November if the local union halls are still shut down for strike.
That I don't know. That's a good question. I would assume that because a lot of the time the vote centers are open when the facilities themselves, no matter who it is, may be closed. They may just secure the rest of the building and allow people to come in off the west side of the 685 facility, just because I think the voting's inside the gymnasium there. So they may still be able to offer that if the rest of the hall is still closed due to the strike. But we're going to keep our fingers crossed that they'll have something figured out before then. But I don't know. That's a good question. We can check with the county clerk's office.
So keep us posted on that one then. All right. Posted. And then last but certainly not least, this is a question from Brennan from Facebook.
Okay.
He wants to know if Mayor Tyler Moore will host a Fortnite tournament in downtown Kokomo.
Will I host a Fortnite tournament in downtown Kokomo? Mm-hmm. I would definitely be open to supporting that or helping coordinate that. I'm assuming that it would be simply we'd have to get a handful of gaming consoles and such to make that happen. I know that I know that there's like trucks you can rent for parties and stuff. They're like gaming trucks. And so you go in and there's like a dozen gaming stations inside this refurbished semi-trailer or something. It's like over the top. I've not witnessed it myself, but I had a few people that do that. They just pull up to wherever you are.
Really?
They set up and then the kids just go in and out. So that could be a possibility, looking into that and having kind of like a bracket. If it's an all-day thing, you can have 12 at a time, and then just narrow it down. So if and that was Brennan, if that's something that you're interested in, would love to hear maybe some of the logistics, some of the ideas you have. If that's something that we could consider offering, it'd be pretty cool.
I would also love to know the logistics, because that is my 7-year-old child. So I would love to know what his plans are to make this happen with the mayor.
Ooh, maybe it would be a Fortnite dance-off as well.
Oh, he would love that. You've seen the characters they do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he always surprises me with his knowledge on current music. Oh, get it, Mayor?
He gets
it, MTN?
Yeah,
that's how it goes? Yeah, that's good. Well, he's going to love that answer. Okay, well, when you have 7-year-old Brennan show up to your office with a plan, Just know he watched the MTM show and he's ready to
Okay.
go. All right, I think that wraps it up for the Ask the Mayor segment. Thank you guys so much for submitting your questions. If you have questions, comments, or concerns for the mayor, it is so easy to get them to you guys or to us and get them to MTM. We have a status that goes up every single Monday on all of our platforms. So if you are only following us on the Kokomo Post, don't forget to follow us on the Kokomo Post Kids, the Kokomo Post Sports, and Instagram as well. You can submit the questions there. You can send us a DM. You can send us an email. However you want to get those questions, comments, or concerns to us, you can do that. And of course, we didn't miss anything,
easy.
right? We got it all.
I think we're set.
So this is the time where we have to talk about a dad joke.
Yes.
And you have a good one, right?
I've got an okay one, probably. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, every dad thinks that his dad joke's like really good and really
It's
funny,
true.
and it's not.
That is true.
So, but Drew caught me 2 weeks ago when I said, you know, looking at this time of year and, you know, all the monsters and ghouls and everything, and vampires are probably my least favorite because they suck. But and he got it before I got to it. But, you know, the more I looked at it, I mean, it's just not the adult vampires, it's the little vampires too. The little vampires I can't stand.
Why?
They're just pains in the neck.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
But you have one too, don't you?
I have one.
Oh,
and I
here
know
we go.
that Drew doesn't normally do this, but I like to just, you know, add a little razzle dazzle
Yeah.
when I get in here.
We only do have Jude's around.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
sometimes throw some in from Jude.
A little razzle dazzle.
So a little razzle dazzle
Yeah, I like
brie
doing
dad
that.
joke.
Yeah, I mean, dads get all the credit for the fun jokes. Mom jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to ask you if you knew when a dad joke becomes funny.
When a dad joke becomes funny,
Yeah.
when a dad says it, yeah.
That's not the answer.
Okay, I don't know.
It's when it becomes apparent.
When it becomes apparent.
Apparent.
So see, that encompasses both dads and moms. Very key, see?
Did you like it? Was
I
it
like
good?
it, yes.
All right,
So
well,
not just dad specific.
that's right.
When it becomes apparent, that's why
Parent
dads and
jokes.
moms can both
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
bad jokes.
Parent jokes doesn't have the same ring as a dad joke. I'll give you that one. There you have it, you guys. Thank you
Nice.
for watching the Mayor Tyler Moore Show, and we will see you next week.
You got it. See you, Kokomo.